is Tricia, and I'm 19 this year. I'm a student at Ngee Ann Polytechnic, like Amos, and I'm pursuing my diploma in business studies. I'm the youngest of 4 siblings. I have a twin sister, an older sister, and an older brother. Personally, I really love the dynamic of my family because it makes me a very reflective person. I'm also a part-time netballer. I've been playing for about 9 to 10 years now, and in doing so have met with my fair share of success and failures that continue to inspire me to want to do more in the sport. Most recently, I've become the sole pioneer of a charity fundraiser called Project Overturned Closet that aims to raise funds for the Children Cancer Foundation in selling pre-loved and DIY apparels. But in telling you all that, in telling you my background, I don't think I exactly addressed the question of who I am as a person. I like to think of myself as a beholder of secrets, and how so? I think it's more commonly known to many people as just a listening ear. For me, I truly find comfort in being the person for someone to share their experiences with. I frequently hear things from someone's deepest, darkest secrets to even their life story, and to me that makes me happy in providing that person with solace or even comfort. So I just like to pose a question to the crowd and say, how many of you have actually met with an experience of a passing of a loved one due to cancer? I like to follow that question up with a thought. How many of us have gone beyond a word of comfort and beyond providing a shoulder to cry on to help these people? For me, personally, I have been a guilty party of that. Early last year, my grandfather was noticeably weakened around the Chinese New Year period. And in being weakened, I mean he was barely able to talk to us and his breathing was noticeably placed. For us, at that time, death had not come so close to my family, and for me, it was truly something that I was taken aback. For me, in knowing that something was wrong during that period, it truly brought tears to my eyes whenever I thought about it. So we then proceeded to bring him for checkups, and we found out that it was stage 4 stomach cancer. In finding that out, I think my emotions ranged from disbelief to anger and back again. For me, I was truly unaccepting of the whole situation. But at that time, my family then made the conscious decision to want to enhance his quality of life and spend as much time as we could with him. I remember there was one night after several treatments, he was really, really drained. And my sister, myself, and my mom were waiting for him to, I guess, fall asleep before we left. We didn't want him to be alone at that time. I saw his face, and he was truly struggling to get something off his chest. And after a while of struggling, he then proceeded to tell us, you know, we should always love our parents. And in loving our parents, we should truly remember where our blessings came from. And to know that who brought us to this earth, and in knowing who we should be grateful to. He then proceeded to tell us, like many of our grandparents, to always save money, and that's the most important life lesson we can take away. For me at that time, a million self-reflective thoughts came crashing down upon me, but the one thing that screamed the loudest was, despite his condition, despite how death was creeping in on him, he still wanted to be remembered as a good father. And to me, I then left to question myself, what did I truly want to be remembered as? Things did not really get better from that point. He actually, his condition started to deteriorate, and the doctors then told us that he had several days to live, and in doing so, we engaged the hospice to bring him home. Exactly one day from arriving home, he then passed peacefully. Life after that started to get better, actually. My family's relation got a lot closer. We started talking to each other and caught up with one another more than we ever did in the past, and I truly learned to count my blessings. For me, at that point in my life, things were going pretty well. As mentioned earlier, I've been playing netball for about 9 to 10 years now, and our Polytechnic managed to clinch first position. For me, I guess in playing the sport for so long, I then proceeded to pitting myself against people who were really, really good in the sport. And for me, that was pretty self-deprecating, as people who I shouldn't be pitting myself against, I then proceeded to. And my life then became, I did not resonate with winning as much as I should have, because I didn't truly know the meaning of accomplishment. And for me, then I was at a ditch. I didn't know really what to do. I then chanced upon the life of Zach Sobiech, and instead of narrating another story, I'll just show you a video.
You know, most people live kind of in the middle, in between like, oh, dream come true and you're dying. And it's a very comfortable place to live. I'm living on the two extreme ends, so you have really, really good days and you have really, really bad days.
Zach has always been incredibly empathetic and compassionate. This basketball game, I was kind of laughing about how one of the players had kind of a funny run. And he goes, yeah, but he's really good at, and then he listed all these things, and I thought, oh, he's just always looking for the good in people. And I think he's taught all of us that's how it's done.
I would say that Zach is a testament to the fact that things are okay when you believe in something greater than yourself in the world.
You can be with Zach, and just by sitting there with him, feel better. He's got, I don't know how to describe it, he's got this aura about him.
What makes you happy is seeing someone else smile because you put it there. That's what's awesome about like living in this world, is that you can help people.
I can't rave enough about this video. Actually, upon hearing about it, I was watching it about 3, 4 a.m., mugging for my work and everything, and I proceeded to like bawling my eyes out. And furthermore, I went to embarrass myself by tweeting celebrities like most kids do nowadays, and and most of my friends were like messaging me, telling me like, are you okay? Like, this is really not normal, stop flooding my news feeds and everything. So, but it's not something to be embarrassed about, because I just wanted people to know about his story. And in being so moved about his story, I was moved to act. The 3 things that really struck out for me in Zach's personality was his infectious happiness. In the video, you notice his father saying things like, just by sitting with him, his palpable happiness was felt. And I think living in our society now, happiness is not something that's frequently felt, nor is it infectious. And to me, that was something that really moved me. Secondly was his selfless love. Despite his deteriorating condition, he still went to school, showed care to even the unlikeliest student in class, and he was really, really a loving person. And lastly was the thing he said at the end of the video, which was, death is just another agenda. He said something that truly touched me. He said, death is just another agenda. It's only scary because you don't know what's next, or if there's a next. So it's kind of like sitting in the dark. You can either choose to be sitting in the dark and wonder what's out there, or close your eyes and fall asleep and be happy and contented with everything. He wanted to be remembered as the boy who went down fighting but didn't really lose. So for me, in knowing that a 17-year-old boy wasn't afraid of death, why should we be afraid of life? So in being moved to act, I was moved to create the project. And for me, like most girls, we wanted to streamline our closets to make way for new intakes of clothes. And for me, I had a pile of clothes that I was ready to give away. And I then proceeded to just adapting this idea and sell it for charity instead. The charity that I have adapted is Children Cancer Foundation. But in doing something like this, I think some youths know of the concept pre-loved concept. And in doing this, it wasn't responded well with people because it was common and it was 1 in a million. So for me, I then was very disheartened, but I then went back to reminding myself why I started in the first place. In knowing that my funds will make 1 kid smile, that was enough. In delivering 1 purchase to someone to listen to their story, to provide them solace, that was enough. 1 smile, 1 story is enough. So I then brainstormed and came up with the DIY apparel. As you see on screen, this is what I've come up with. So basically, I designed them based on a pre-ordered list, and I then proceed to hand pack them with inspirational quotes and everything. And then I go meet my buyers. And for me, that's the part of operations that I truly, truly enjoy. It's in being able to go to someone who is in need or resonate with my cause and hearing their story. So for me, in doing all that, it motivated me to want to do even more in my life. So then I discovered what truly made me happy was bringing comfort to other people. For me, in doing all this, it wasn't for the support, nor for even the fame that came with it. What I did it for was to bring comfort to other people. When I look out and look at all the faces, I don't see a sea of strangers, nor even a sea of participants here. What I see is a sea of potential to touch a community at large. And for me, I was so motivated to do good that in 3 weeks upon launching the first batch, I managed to raise $500, and subsequently 2 weeks, 1,000. I think to many people these are small amounts, but $1 is better than nothing. Heck, 50 cents is better than nothing. So truly, I still will continue to want to do more. So I just like to pose a question to the crowd, being as unexpected life can get. If you were to unfortunately pass tomorrow, what do you want to be remembered as? And before some of you may tell me, oh, I want to achieve some sort of social accolade or be a celebrity, I'd like you to think, without it, would you survive? And if so, is it truly important? I believe that everyone has their own race to run. And in doing so, we have the ability to touch the community at large. So I challenge all of you to run this race with conviction and purpose. Thank you.